They didn't have much to begin with, and in the eyes of the white man, they had even less. But everything they had, everything they owned and worked for, their friends, their loved ones, and their families, were in the middle of a literal storm. And at the end of this storm, only God knew the outcome. So this is Their Eyes Are Watching God by Zora Neale Hurston. Sometimes that night, the winds came back, and everything in the world had a strong rattle, sharp and short like stoobies vibrate in the drumhead with the edge of his fingers. And by morning, Gabriel was playing the sweet tones in the center of the drum. So when Janie looked out her door and she saw the great mist gathering in the west and that cloud field in the sky, arming themselves with thunder and preparing to march out against the world. Lower and higher, wider, the sound of motion spread, mounting, sinking, darkening. It woke up old Okeechobee, and the monster began to roll in its bed, began to roll and complain like a peevish rolled-on grumble. The folks in the quarters and the people in the big houses heard the big lake and wondered. The people felt uncomfortable, but were safe because there were walls to chain the senseless monster in its bed. So the folks let the people do the thinking. They figured, if the castle saw themselves secure, then the cabins needn't worry. Everything was already decided for anyways. So all you had to do was chink up your cracked, shiver in your wet beds and wait on the mercy of the Lord. Who's to say the big man might not have the thing over with by morning? But it was easy to be hopeful in the daylight when you're able to see the things you're wishing on. It was night, and it was a lasting night. And night was striding across nothingness, holding the world in its hand. They struggled closer together and watched that door. They didn't move any part of their bodies and didn't stare at anything but that door. The time for asking the white man what to expect and looking through it was long since past. No, 6 eyes were questioning God. And through the screaming wind, they heard things crashing, things hurling and dashing with unbelievable velocity. A baby rabbit squirmed its way up through a hole in the floor and sauntered off into the shadows against the wall, seeming to understand that none of us wanted its flesh at such a time. And outside, the winds grew louder and louder with only its dikes between them and him. The wind came back with triple velocity, putting out the light for the last time. And they sat with others from other shanties, their eyes staring at the crude walls and their souls asking if God meant to measure their puny will against his. They seemed to be staring in the darkness, but their eyes were watching God.